Today I'm going to show you how to use the Maker's Mercantile modular blocking wire set to block straight edges on any of your pieces. So first off, I am going to take one of the longer wires. In this case, it is one of our 12-inch blocking wires. You can see that it doesn't have a lot of bend to it. It's going to stay very straight as we're doing this. I'm going to start at one of my corners, and I am going to weave the blocking wire through my edge. The idea is that we are giving our project a straight line to follow. One of these blocking wires is not going to be quite long enough for me to get all the way through one edge. So I'm going to get through as much as I can while still leaving a little bit on. You don't want your piece to be falling off of your blocking wire. And then once I have gotten it as far woven in as I can, I'm going to grab a second blocking wire to continue my edge. All right, that is about as far as I'm going to be able to get with that first one. Actually, I'm going to slide it out of that one. That way I have plenty on either end. Now I'm going to grab a second one and just continue along my edge. So I'm actually going to weave it in sort of overlapping where my last one was. We're just going to keep going again until we either run out of wire or until we need to, or until we get to the end. There we go. So once your side has its wires in, you can take your T-pins and pin that side down. So again, I'm just going to start, I'm going to start at the tip. Let's see, and I want it as centered as possible. That way I get a nice even triangle. So, in order for us to keep that nice straight edge and not pull here, I'm going to stick my T-pins on the inside of my blocking wire. So that all of the, when I'm stretching my project out to block it, instead of pulling on my stitches, the T-pins will be hitting and being supported by this blocking wire instead. And I will show you why once we start doing the other side. So here where my blocking wires overlap a little bit, I'm going to make sure that they both get hooked by this T-pin. And then I'm going to continue on putting T-pins along the rest of the side. As I'm looking at this, I might actually want to grab one of our short blocking wires just to make sure that I can get this spread all the way out. But I will take a look once I get back down to the end there. And I'm not going to add another blocking wire just because it's so short, but I am going to make sure that my tip here is lined up with the rest of my blocking wires. But again, because I'm putting it clear at the end, I'm not going to be getting a whole lot of pull on these other stitches when I put wires up through the rest of my work. Okay, so I'm just going to work my way around. I'm going to now start putting blocking wires up through the center here. As you can see, this side is not totally flat, so we are going to do wires up to the center here, and then do a second set of wires going down this side. And again, I'm just going to start weaving it up the edge. It doesn't have to be perfectly spaced, but you do want to make sure that you're keeping it in the same spot along the edge so that it stays in a straight line. Okay, there's that. All right. So now that I've got a straight line going across my edge here, I'm going to take my T-pins and use that to create tension between these two wires so that I can block it as neatly or as so that I can block it as heavily as I want to or not. Now, you may notice that I have overlapped my ends again here, and that is so that the T-pin here will support the ends of both of these wires as I'm blocking it. We're just gonna... Okay, so I've got half of it done. I will be doing the exact same thing on the other half, and then I will be back to show you what it looks like with all of the blocking wires in it. Okay, now that I've got my wires through, I'm going to start pinning this other side. First off, I want to make sure that my ends, my points are equidistant from each other, or equidistant from the center. So I am going to count out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and it's 4 down. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So we got again, I want my wires to be on the inside. Sorry, I want my T-pin to be on the inside of my wires so that any pressure one way or the other will allow that stretch. So again, I'm just going to go through, start pinning these to make sure that everything looks even. And because you've got these nice straight blocking wires, you don't necessarily have to pin every single one. I know I did along the outside. It's just sort of habit to just go through. But as you can see over here, even though I didn't pin every single one, I'm still getting a really straight line because I'm using these blocking wires. So right here is where my blocking wires are crossing each other. You can't see it, but that's where it is, which is why I'm sticking a pin right there. 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 Basically, I'm just trying to get enough tension between the sides. This blocks out nicely. Again, I want to make sure that I get a T-pin right where those blocking wires are crossing. And keep going. Okay. Now that looks pretty good. I'm going to get my steamer going, steam this flat, and then show you what it looks like once we take the pins and blocking wires out. As you can see, now that I've removed the pins and the tension between the sides, it's still holding really straight and nicely. I'm just going to slide these out. Just like that. And now you have a beautifully blocked piece with perfectly straight edges.